Happy Saturday, everyone. Thanks so much for tuning in to Serving Tea. How's it going?
Good afternoon.
It's freezing here in New York, but it's sunny.
Oh my God. See, I always think it's way better, just regardless of how freezing cold it is outside, when the sun is out, there's this thing in my head, like it's warm out, but it's not. And like the wind on your face, I mean, freezing cold.
But we did a walk. We went on a walk this morning. And honestly, it was nice out.
Hot girl walks.
Hot girl walks.
We're loving those hot girl walks.
Yes.
And like, okay, so I always go to Blow Dry Bar every Friday, get my hair done for the weekend. And
you need to get a membership there.
I do. I'm spending like way too much money there. Like I could definitely be like saving some, but oh my God, it's so worth it. They're so good. But my hair fully froze as I was walking to my appointment yesterday.
Gosh. Yesterday, there was a freeze warning.
Oh my gosh. But this week, restaurant week in New York City.
We're trying out so many new restaurants.
I know.
So
went back to Dante though.
So elite.
The potatoes.
And the potatoes. And then we tried Ophelia. That was my first time last night. That was fun. Cool little rooftop spot. Obviously, it was indoors. But yeah, lots of fun stuff. But man, what a week for tennis.
Oh yeah.
This has been.
Oh my God, yeah.
If you all tuned in to our last episode about Novak Djokovic, there's been so many new things that have come out about that since we have recorded that episode, and it's only been probably like a week or 10 days or whatever. So lots of new things on that. Also, so many upsets at the Australian Open. But Zaina, why don't you just go ahead and take it away?
Oh, girl.
Take it away.
No, so yeah, I feel like with Djokovic, as soon as we finished editing that episode, like there were already new developments as soon as we got home that night.
We pressed post and it was like new news. We're like, oh my gosh. Like anyone who's listening into this, it's like Serving Tea girls. Yeah, they aren't up on the information. No,
they're wrong. No, so Djokovic actually, after it looked like he won the court battle, right? He was practicing. He was gonna play on Monday, and then he was deported and sent back to Serbia. So the Australian federal court unanimously found that Immigration Minister Alex Hawke what was then his legal rights to cancel Djokovic's visa for the second time Friday on the grounds that the tennis star's views on vaccines posed a risk to the public health and good order of the country. So
wait, sorry, isn't it funny how it's like, well, not funny, but like court battle and then tennis court battle? Or are we talking about,
so
I don't
many
know.
puns.
Lots of puns.
Wow.
Sorry.
Yeah. So I just thought that was interesting that the grounds of him getting canceled, his visa getting canceled again, was that it was just a public health risk that if they allowed him to play, that they were worried that it would spread this agenda within Australia that like you shouldn't get vaccinated. And I just keep going back to the argument with everybody has a right. If you want a vaccine, if you don't, right? We said this last episode, there's a lot of information out there as to why you should and the benefits of doing so and helping everyone else, and yourself.
And gosh, I don't know. I do want to say one thing though I know a lot of players in the press conferences were being asked about this, and I honestly would be like, I know some of the players like, kind of just don't want to talk about it anymore, and also there's been so many I can't remember what player it is. The person who was supposed to play Djokovic ended up making it to, I think, the fourth round.
Wow.
So the person who was supposed to play Djokovic in the first round ended up doing really well. Now it's his best Grand Slam showing, basically.
Yeah.
So.
No, definitely a lot of opportunities now that Djokovic out of the draw.
Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think's going to win, and then who do you want to win?
Okay, I think Medvedev will win, but I would love Nadal to win.
Yeah.
What about you?
Oh, man. I think it's either going to be Medvedev. I don't know about Tsitsipas. I would say, I don't know, maybe Zverev. I know
Zverev's looked good.
Well,
Yeah.
but I mean, Medvedev, yeah, I'm going to say Medvedev, and then, I mean, yeah, Nadal. I mean, that would just be so cool.
Yeah. But even back to what you were saying, though, just about Djokovic and how the press on Saturday before the tournament even started, and even in off-court press conferences with a lot of the players after their matches, a lot of the questions are around Djokovic. And Tennis Australia came out with a statement saying, and I quote, as the Australian tennis family, we recognize that recent events have been a significant distraction for everyone, and we deeply regret the impact this has had on its players. And then they went on to say, we, like the players and all tennis fans here and around the world, are keen for the focus to now be on the game we are also passionate about. We're looking forward to a brilliant 2 weeks of tennis ahead.
Yeah, and I think that the players were kind of done talking about it, and truly they probably just wanted to talk about their matches, and
exactly,
I feel like that's super important. And it is insane the amount of new players and names that are doing so well in this tournament recently. And there's just the amount of young players, like Tsitsipas is he's like 23, 24 years old. He's so young. And then Carlos Alcaraz is incredible. Was he 18 years old?
18 years old. 18.
I cannot imagine being that good at tennis at that age.
Oh, yeah. I mean, such good tennis going on right now.
I was a senior in high school at that age.
Oh, yeah. I was not anywhere close to being able to play in front of thousands of people at the Australian Open. But like, that would have obviously been a dream. But before we get into week one, I just wanted to say even more about like the Djokovic thing. So it looks like it's going to be pretty hard for him to like play in any of the Grand Slams, because like unless he's vaccinated, he won't be able to play in the French Open.
And that's coming up in May.
Yep, that's the next Grand Slam.
Aren't there a few other players who aren't?
I think so.
I mean, they're going to be able to make it like black and white. Like either you play and you're vaccinated, or if you're not vaccinated, you can't come. Is that what I'm hearing?
French Parliament overwhelmingly approved the law requiring vaccination for everyone at restaurants, sports arenas, and other venues. Previously, though, unvaccinated persons were allowed to enter with a valid negative test.
Okay.
That includes the French Open, and French Sports Ministry confirmed on Monday that there would be no exemptions. So
this is new.
This is new. Australia allowed exemptions to be granted by an expert independent panel, right? That's how the whole confusion started with Djokovic. But France is saying no, like you must be vaccinated.
But you know what? At least they know now, in advance.
Exactly.
And he can make the choice whether he wants to do it. So
exactly.
Wow.
So, and as far as like next tournaments for Novak, Dubai Duty Free Tennis Championship. So that's at the end of February because there's no vaccination required. Wimbledon has not finalized safety protocols. Currently, unvaccinated people can enter the country. We just have to isolate for 10 days. And then the US Open, in order to get, so now it's just coming into the States, you do have to be vaccinated, but there are exceptions. So I'm sure he would probably be able to play in the US Open unless there's like a radical new law that comes out that says you must be vaccinated to play. But I mean, there is the Miami Open, there's Indian Wells, so it's like, will he even be able to come into the country?
Yeah, I think it's all gonna, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm excited though. There's been so many. I do wish that, I know this, I've been seeing this a lot recently with the coverage of the Australian Open, how it's only on ESPN Plus right now. I've just been seeing a lot of tweets with that, but I do have to say, I'm glad they're doing extended highlights. I remember I think it might have even been last year, there could be a 5-set match that's been played, and then the highlight for the match is only 2 minutes long on YouTube. I'm like, how? That's not good. That's not good highlights.
No.
And so now, at least for the Australian Open, they're doing 8 to 10 minute highlights per match. So I feel like, that's good.
It's been awesome because I was going to ask you that because I know that you saw that somewhere because I mean, that's the tough thing about the Australian Open in general, just because of the time difference. It is always hard to see the matches like live unless you want to be up at 5 a.m., which is fun.
Yeah. Honestly, it was always so fun watching Verdasco and Nadal play till 3 a.m, 4 a.m.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my God. But yeah, let's talk about some standouts from the first week. So, I mean, who did you have your eye on in the women's draw and in the men's draw?
I mean, I think Danielle Collins is playing unreal. She is such a fighter. Her last match that she played was down a set and I think a break, and just was not looking good, and ended up winning 7-5 in the third, and 7-6 or 7-5 in the third. But
7-5.
I would love to just see her go far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think she's playing amazing.
Yeah, no, she's playing really well. I think a lot of the Americans are playing really well, but Emma Raducanu, like I really wanted her to win so badly, just like for everyone else to kind of get off of her case, because I know there's a lot of lingo, like even the Nike commercial that she's in, like the words behind her back are like, you know, one hit wonder, or
she's so young. Like, everyone relax. She also, her first round was against Sloane Stephens, and she has won the U.S. Open. So 2 Grand Slam winners are playing each other in the first round.
Emma,
that's a tough first round.
Oh my God. So in the highlights, right? We've been watching the extended highlights like every single day. 17-minute first set when Emma played Sloane. 17 minutes, 6-0. I mean, insane. So I was like,
insane.
Oh my God, love Sloane Stephens, but like, okay, Emma, I mean, I really wanted her to go far. I was so happy about that. Obviously she won that first round. King Kyrgios won too, first round against Brody. And you can just tell with Kyrgios that he just loves playing at the Australian Open. Like his body language, everything.
His
like,
energy, he is literally so much fun to watch. He's just so talented. I mean, the tweeners that he will hit, and he will be hitting up the middle and will just randomly do a tweener and hit across court. It's not like he's up at the net and then he gets lobbed and then he does a tweener. He'll just do it randomly.
Like, hot take, when someone does a tweener, is that just like every single time I see that, they win the point every single time.
I mean, honestly, it's probably a huge distraction, and it probably puts a lot more pressure on your opponent. And they're like, oh, I have to, I kind of have to win this point now, especially with the underhand serve.
Oh my God.
I love that.
Is just... You
like
just never know. You just never know. But even when we were watching the highlights with Medvedev in the second round, like Kyrgios was like hitting winners and like sprinting around the court. Like everybody was freaking out. He's sticking his tongue out. Like, I mean, so funny.
Again, that's a second round match. Kyrgios versus Medvedev. That's an insane lineup.
Ziad literally purchased ESPN Plus just so he could watch that match.
Yeah.
He was like, I have to watch this. I mean, it is bull that like... It's not on ESPN.
I know.
I'm so mad.
I feel like it used to be.
It always was.
Yeah.
It always, and now I'm like, because we have the ESPN app, like, hell yeah, let's go. Let's watch the Australian Open. No, ESPN Plus. Like, why are you doing this to us, ESPN?
I know.
Come on.
We should really just buy.
Exactly. We could totally buy it. It's like $7, but I just don't want to do that. But yeah, huge opportunity with Novak out of the draw, obviously, for a lot of the men's side. Leila Fernandez, so the other star, rose to stardom last year. She unfortunately lost in the first round to Inglis, so she was an Aussie. And I just think, again, when you're playing somebody in their home country, like, you just have the crowd.
Extra pressure.
Exactly. And I feel like sometimes, like having the crowd behind you, I feel like makes you want to go so much further. So Inglis won. And it's so crazy. Leila is now sponsored by Lululemon.
That's so cool. Also, I'm wearing some Lululemon now. My little bomber jacket.
Yeah.
What color would you say this is?
I feel like it's like a
peachy orange color. It's reversible, but that's the first. Is that the first sponsorship?
I think
for
so.
Lulu.
And I've always wanted to see Lulu get a tennis sponsorship. Like, in juniors, every single girl was wearing Lululemon. Literally every single one.
The skirts and like everyone had that same shirt, like the one that crossed in the back.
Yes.
Everyone had it.
Oh my God. Like, I mean, Lulu's stuff was so cute, and I couldn't believe for so long they didn't have a tennis sponsor. So, I mean, that was so sick to see Leila get that.
Yeah.
And then other matches too. Sorry, what were you gonna say something? No. Like Murray won in 5, like go Murray. Again, this is all round 1. And Tsitsipas, of course, like on to the second round. Those were just a few of the players that I was watching for. Yeah. Second round though, Alcaraz. So exactly what you were saying. I mean, that kid, 18 years old, hits the ball so hard.
I've never seen anything like it.
Like the speed he has, power, touch, everything.
He'll win a Grand Slam in 2 years.
Oh yeah,
easy. And I want to see. Oh my God! Imagine Carlos Alcaraz versus Rafa at the French Open. Imagine that. Match.
Well, yeah, because it's so funny. I feel like you're like a step ahead of me in my brain because
Really?
I'm like, because like obviously
Zaina's the head of like research and development, head of R&D for serving tea.
head of R&D. It's so funny because I was just gonna bring up Nadal and the fact that like Nadal always used to wear like the sleeveless shirts, and I feel like it's so funny when I see a tennis player wearing a sleeveless. I'm like, because that's Alcaraz is wearing a sleeveless right now.
Yeah, it's wearing like a tank top. There were some few Facebook comments that are like, put some clothes on. I'm like, oh my god, relax.
I know.
This guy's playing the Aussie Open. What are you doing?
Exactly. But it's just so funny, like watching any of the match highlights, like, and with any match, just when a player guesses right on an overhead.
Yeah.
Like, I just think that is like the hardest thing to do. And even like when they get it back and like they end up winning the point. And I'm just like, I think about when I played tennis and when I would guess right, I think I was so focused on the fact that I guessed right. Like I'm like, oh my God.
Would, like miss.
And then I wouldn't even like prepare for the shot at all. I don't know if you like relate to that, but it was just so funny because when I watched the players guess right and win points that they definitely were on the defense for, and like Alcaraz, a lot of the match that he played against Djokovic, he was guessing right a lot.
He's also just so quick too.
Oh yeah,
so fast.
Oh yeah.
I've been seeing also a ton of drop shots.
Oh my God, people with the touch.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean, obviously the drop shot has been around for like whatever, so long, but I don't remember it being that used that much.
Right.
My mom would always say to do the drop shots. Always.
Because especially when you're stuck in that rally, like baseline to baseline, it's such a way to change it up and like get the player, because if the player isn't good at the net, getting them out of their comfort zone, like for me, I hated the net. I could not do it. I just got hit way too many times. You were expert volleyer. Fitz loved the net.
We're playing. I don't know. I'm like so excited to play. We're playing tomorrow morning, and you know when you're just watching a lot of tennis and it just makes you play better, and you just think that you're gonna be playing well like them. I don't know. I'm excited to play tomorrow.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Hopefully I can hit like Osaka, who was playing so well.
Yeah.
And she said something in her after match press conference. What do you call those?
Just press conference.
Press conference. So she said that when you're playing against someone, you also want to learn from them as well. And I think like just that, as in like with everything in life, just remaining coachable and always willing to learn. And especially in tennis, as you're at the top of your game, like Osaka, I feel like it can be tough. Like I know I've said this before about like even Federer. It's like, how do you coach Federer?
Yeah.
Like,
but it shows you, even though if you are the best, you still need to coach and you still need to practice.
Exactly.
Like the best still practice so much. So.
Yeah. I mean, because everybody on the court has something to offer, right? So I think just constantly learning from the players that you're playing against. I don't know. I just thought that was like a very mature thing for her to say.
Yeah. And wasn't she talking about her slice, her backhand slice? I think. She was in a press conference and she was like, "Oh, I'm just like not that confident in it." I'm like, Naomi Osaka, one of the best tennis players in the world, is just not confident hitting a slice. It shows that you can still be kind of not confident in a certain shot, even when you're at the top. Like everyone. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Like, yeah. Like you would think that a professional wouldn't be worried or like
afraid to use a slice.
Exactly.
I think she's just, she's very human. And
oh yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, Naomi got through her second round match. Nadal straight sets, got through his second round match. Sakkari played Zhang from China, which got me thinking a lot about Peng Shuai. So Azarenka, who's on the WTA Player Council, has said that players are making, and I quote, all efforts to make sure she is safe. There just hasn't been much from Peng since allegations broke out about the sexual assault with the government member Zhang Gaoli, since news broke in November. But on December 19th, Peng Shuai actually came out and said there's been a lot of misunderstandings with her post like a month prior. And Yao Ming, so according to, again, another article that I read, Yao Ming, former NBA star, tallest man literally in the world, said that they both attended the same sports expedition back in December. And he mentioned that she was in pretty good condition that day. They're both chatting a lot. and that on December 19th, Peng actually denied ever making sexual assault claims. So this was 2 months after she actually came out with those accusations. So, and I quote, this is from Peng, "I have never spoken or written about anyone sexually assaulting me." So I'm like, I have a question. Do you ever think China's going to let her out of the country?
Oh, God. I hope so. I don't know. That's like really scary.
Yeah. I mean, I just don't know. I don't think they will. I don't know. Because like, as soon as she gets out, she's going to be like, obviously all of those claims were correct. I just think she's recanting right now because the government's making her do that. Yeah. Again, my opinion. But I mean, I just don't see her getting out of China. I don't know.
Wow. Oh, gosh.
Right? It's just super sad and scary to think about. But so anyway, I mean, I just was like, I haven't heard a lot about Peng since we had the episode on her and since all of the news broke. So I was like, okay. Because even when I see other Chinese players in the draw, it's like has me thinking about Peng. So yeah, I mean, she fully recanted everything, said she never made sexual assault claims. So I don't know. That just doesn't look great. Yeah. But
and you were saying about Azarenka had talked about it and stuff. Did you see her press conference with her kid? They both had like sunglasses on.
You showed
me. Oh my God, I loved it.
It's so
awesome.
cute.
Yeah, I think Steph Curry has done that too with his daughter. Brought his daughter into the press conferences. I think that's just so fun.
Oh my God, like it's such like they're such good parents and they play like for their kids now. I love hearing stories like that too.
I know. I also would like to see Azarenka go far.
Yeah,
I love her. She's such a fighter. She's so good.
So she used to play with the Wilson Juice.
Oh my God, same.
And yeah. So she used to play with the Wilson Juice, and I loved watching Azarenka growing up, and I chose to play with the Wilson Juice because of her. Yeah. And I was like, also, it's like really pretty colors. Like,
and then now I think it's called the Ultra.
Is it called the Ultra? I think
it's the Ultra. That's what I play with.
It was not. I got that juice. Was it Yo Gotti song or whatever? Anyway, so Keys. She's through to the third round. I mean, her forehand is insane.
Her strokes in general, her serve, her backhand, her forehand inside out return. See ya.
God, like, and I agree with you. Like watching the players, it makes me want to go out and hit.
I know. I'm just like, I just want to be like Madison Keys. Like I want her serve. I want her forehand. I mean, it is the power. I would love to see Madison Keys and Danielle Collins play. I feel like that would be.
Are they on the same side of the draw?
I don't know.
That would be sick. I mean, the Americans are getting far.
I know. Go on.
I know. Dimitrov played Pierre.
Benoit Pierre. Yeah.
Benoit Pierre.
He is one of the most entertaining people I've ever seen. So Benoit, he plays with collared shirts, but he
pops the collar. Like, dude, why?
He's literally like the vampire, you know, with the cape around his neck. He should really capitalize on that. Just have like walk out with a cape on, like a freaking vampire. Like that would be so sick. He should might as well just own that. He should just brand that into
like with each match, just the collar just keeps getting higher and higher. He's like fully wearing like a cone. Like, dude. But yeah, I mean, huge beard. He just doesn't look like a
he just doesn't really looks like he cares.
Yeah.
I just feel like he just kind of has a bad attitude, but he's so good.
I know.
He's so, but who am I to say, oh, he doesn't look like he cares. I'm like, he's third or fourth round in Australian Open.
Exactly.
But he just, him and Medvedev, it's just like this whole relaxed attitude. Like, I don't really care. Like, no pressure, just goes for it.
And that would, as a tennis player growing up, those kind of players piss me off the most. The most.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, I hate tennis or whatever, and then they win the tournament.
Exactly. Like, you know when someone would fake an injury and then like just to get in your head about it? But I clearly was not the most mentally tough person out there because I just let so much stuff affect me. Yeah. But I mean, okay, I know we talked about this a little bit this week, but Dimitrov, like the fact that he fully copied Roger's game.
It is unbelievable. His serve, his forehand, and his backhand.
Everything.
Dimitrov's forehand, backhand, even his movement, his serve, everything is modeled off of Roger Federer. But again, who are we to be like, oh, whatever? But it's like he's won the tour finals, the final eight. He's won that tournament. Like, obviously so good. But it is, when we were watching the highlights, it is to a T.
Oh yeah,
Roger Federer.
He crushed it. I don't know why growing up I didn't do that. Like, I feel like, would I be pro? Roger is literally the god of tennis.
I know. It's like, I really should have just
copied Roger.
Yeah, I know,
dude. But I mean, watching them play each other is so funny.
I would try to model my game a little bit off of Angelique Kerber, and then Radwanska, like how low they get to the ground.
It's
like,
so
using
inspiring.
Their legs. It's like, and they're just such great, I don't know, I feel like counter punchers and stuff. But yeah. Dimitrov strokes to a T.
Oh, I mean, it's literally Roger Federer out there. Even the serve, everything. Yeah. Murray lost to Daniel. So this guy his name's Tao Daniel, ranked 120, 28 years old, out of Japan.
Wow.
Daniel beat him in straight sets, and he made his debut. I mean, I've never seen this player before, but he ended up losing in the third round, but congratulations, great run. Muguruza lost to Cornet in straight sets, who was having an unreal tournament.
Yeah.
And then Raducanu lost in the second round to Danka Kovanic, the Montenegrin, ranked 98. 6'4", 4'6", 6'3".
And she was saying that she was like battling with a lot of blisters on her hands, just like she wasn't able to play for a bit when she got, I think, into Australia. But like when you don't play enough, your skin on your hands it's just like not as hard, that she was saying. So it's like you're more prone to getting blisters. And when you get a blister on your hand in tennis, it sounds like such a, I don't know, just like not a serious injury. Oh, I have a blister. But it is one of the most inconvenient things to have. Remember we would get those, like once we would start practicing a lot in college, you would just get them everywhere. I mean, it obviously shows that, we weren't really playing a lot over the summer.
I was going to say, always like, coming back with the blisters.
Yeah, anytime you aren't practicing a lot, you end up getting blisters. So it's kind of like, it's showing that. But, it's such a annoying injury because it's like, oh, I didn't play well because I have a blister. But it's
so real.
You literally can't do anything about it. The only way that you can heal it is by not playing.
Yeah. And like, exactly.
It's the worst.
Because she actually had COVID, Raducanu. Really? So she had to isolate, and that's why she couldn't play for like 21 days, she was saying. And her hands were like soft. Exactly. Yeah. So, and like, especially when the blister's in such a tough spot to tape. But no, it is so valid not being able to play your best when you have a blister, because you can't even hold the racket.
Yeah. And the skin, it just keeps getting like worse and worse. Literally the only thing that you can do is just not play for a couple days.
Exactly.
It's just terrible timing, but she'll be fine.
Exactly. So she ended up losing, but then, so I was sad. But on to the third round, Osaka and Anasamova.
One of the best matches, top matches.
Oh my God. Osaka has this unreal backhand angle. Like land short in the court. I mean, Osaka, watching her play, and I actually got to watch her play 2019 US Open when she was playing Coco Gauff, which was so sick because that was when Coco Gauff was having her like breakthrough run. And just when you're on the court and seeing like, I mean, Osaka stands so close to the baseline and is literally just timing everything. We talk about Kerber with like getting low to the ball, just slapping it.
I need to practice that tomorrow. Staying closer to the
baseline, especially because the place Midtown Tennis literally has like no room behind the baseline.
I'm like, what the heck?
Like, I remember me and Fitz played there one time last January or like February, and like
I feel like it was like, how long ago was that? I don't know. It doesn't matter.
And like, or maybe it was, I can't remember, but I just remember like, cause I like to play pretty far behind the baseline.
Same.
I'm way more comfortable back there, and like kept hitting the tarp. I'm like, oh,
I know.
God. What a way to practice standing on the baseline though.
Seriously. It really forced you to do it.
Exactly. So Anasamova ended up beating Osaka, and it was in a third set tiebreak, 10-5. Osaka actually had a match point. She was up 5-4.
It shows you even the pros can have match points and still lose a match. Also, I totally forgot that they were doing 10-point tie breaks and they weren't playing it out to winning best of 2 games. I was like, because I was watching one of the highlights from Madison Keys yesterday, and she was up 6-0 in her tiebreak. I was like, wow, she's like 6 match points. And then she had this backhand down the line to go up 7-0. And I was like, why aren't they going to the net? I was like, oh, they're doing 10-point tiebreak.
Yeah.
So I thought that was only a juniors thing.
Yeah, no, seriously, I agree with that. I was kind of confused by that too.
Yeah.
Because I think, or it's Wimbledon where they do the 2 games. I think that's the only Grand Slam that they do that at.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because I think they removed that from the U.S. Open and the Australian Open. I don't know about the French, but whatever.
Yeah. So Anasamova, congrats. I mean, she's
unreal.
She plays Barty, who.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but like,
I want to hear more about Ashley Barty in the media. Like, she is casually the #1 player in the world. Why don't we hear enough about her? Like, she is one of the most talented players. I mean, her slice, her movement. She's so good.
Yeah, and you said it a lot. She's just unproblematic.
Yeah, I mean, she's so good, and she, gosh, what sport was she playing before tennis? I can't remember.
Field hockey.
I think it was either field hockey or something else, but she was playing that for a while, and then she was also, I think she was playing tennis, but then took a couple years off of tennis and then got back into it, and now she's #1 in the world. But that's going to be tough for Anisimova to play Barty. She's Australian, playing at the Australian Open, so that's going to be a mentally tough battle for her, but no, I definitely want to watch that.
Oh, yeah. Got to download ESPN Plus.
I know. Me too.
Nadal played Kachanov of Russia, or as we like to call Liam Hemsworth.
Yes.
Nadal just looks so good. And like Kachanov managed to win the 3rd set after losing the first 2, like 6-3, 6-2, which I feel like as you lose the first 2 sets, not to say easily, I mean, Nadal's just so good, but like, how do you stay so motivated in a 3rd set to come out and win that? Like, I feel like that's like mentally so tough to get past.
It was like the Berrettini and Alcaraz match. Berrettini won the first 2 sets. Alcaraz wins the next 2 sets. And then it goes 7-6 in the 5th. It's like, oh my God, you come back after being down 2 sets to love, and then you lose in 10-1 tiebreak.
Yeah, that's so tough. That's so tough.
So 6-3, 6-2 with the first.
Yeah, and then Nadal won the 4th, 6-1. And then Zverev into the 4th round, straight sets over Albot. Pegula. Why is this the first time that I'm hearing about Pegula? I don't really know why, but her family owns the Buffalo Bills. I was so shocked by this.
It's crazy. I've heard of that one time. I don't know. I just forgot about that.
Yeah, so casually owns the Buffalo Bills. Like, you're already unreal at tennis, and now your parents are just out here like owning a football team. That's so cool. But she's on to the 4th round. Nice. Or second week of a Grand Slam. Like, congratulations to all the Americans that are getting there. Fritz beat Bautista Agut. Bautista Agat. Like, why did I say that? Bautista Agut. Fritz won 6-3 in a 5th. And this is the first time in his career that he's made it to the 2nd week of a Grand Slam.
It's unreal.
That's huge.
Unreal.
And then who else? Okay, so Cornet also having such a good tournament. She's into the 2nd week of a Grand Slam so this hasn't happened for her in Australia since 2009.
Wow.
She's 32.
2009?
Since 2009.
It's like, what, 13 years ago?
Yeah. That makes me want to throw up.
12 or 13? Yeah, my math's wrong.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. But also, like, staying motivated. That shows you, like, how much they, love the game.
Exactly. And, like, because she was winning, like, around here or there. But I remember, like, 2009, 2010, like, years ago, where she was getting so much deeper into the draw.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, she's always been around. She's a solid player.
Yeah.
32 years old. I mean, tennis really is a lifelong sport. I'm so happy we play it.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
Yeah. And then Collins, like you were saying, I mean, the match of her, I mean, she is a fighter.
She is, oh my God, such a fighter. How can you not support someone who's out there just...
Yeah. Exactly.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Literally. So, yeah, we're going into week 2. But, I mean, I just love when Grand Slams are on.
I know. I just
love watching.
It's awesome.
I love watching tennis. But, yeah, week 2, I mean, now that Anasamova beat Osaka, because I did, funny.
Sorry. Also, we didn't say about who we thought was going to win on the women's side.
Okay.
Yeah, we were saying Tsitsipas and we were saying Medvedev, but who do you think on the women's side?
All right, who do I don't think so. Who do I want and then who do I think?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. I feel like we didn't do that. I don't know.
so I wanted Raducanu. Mm-hmm. So now that she's out, well, okay, I'll go based off of that. I mean, I wanted Raducanu, but I think, I mean, Swiatek looks good. Yeah. I feel like she's gonna do it.
She's so good.
I mean, we were talking about this. Like, okay, one in the world. Obviously is unbelievable. Like, you're the best tennis player. Yeah. But, like, let's not forget about the other top 10. Like, they are equally
so good. And I also think just the caliber of tennis at these Grand Slams is insane. And I also think that anyone who's been following tennis throughout, you know, Serena, Venus, Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, we've been kind of spoiled a little bit, them consistently winning so much. Not in a bad way, but, I mean, just being able to watch them be so just dominating the sport has been so amazing, but it's kind of makes you only focus on them and not thinking about who's ranked 4, who's ranked 7. And even just looking at the men's draw, Medvedev, 2 in the world, Zverev and Tsitsipas, 3 and 4, like that. And it's, I don't know, because I'm so accustomed, like, oh, Djokovic, whatever, he's number 1, Federer's number 1, but it's like, everyone else is just still so good.
Oh my God. I mean, Medvedev,
like being 3 in the world. I mean, yes, obviously we would want to be 1 in the world, but I don't know. I just feel like that is such a...
Yeah, like Swiatek is 7 in the world. Yeah, no, honestly.
7. Single digit. When you get in the single digits, that is just crazy. Crazy.
Unreal. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think Swiatek will win.
Yeah. I think... I'd like to see Collins win, but I mean, Ashley Barty, she's playing really well. I don't know. I think.
You think she's going to win?
I think it'd be cool to see her win, yeah.
Okay, shake on it. So if Ashley Barty wins, then let's like make like a bet or something.
Yeah. If you can't think of a bet now, then we'll post it on our story.
Oh, yeah. What should the bet be?
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, yes. Let us know. We'll put a question on our Instagram story. What should the bet be? I think Ashley Barty's going to win.
Yeah.
And then you think that Swiatek is going to win. Okay.
All right. Yeah. What should the bet be? And then, okay, for the men's, I mean, do we both think Medvedev's going to win?
I'll choose someone different. So you said Medvedev.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. I'll say.
I mean, we can both think that.
No, I'm gonna say Zverev.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, you guys, different bets for both.
Yeah, we'll post that on an Instagram story. But I think that wraps up today's episode, everyone.
It's a wrap.
Yes. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in.
Bye.
See you, bye.